Now, for things like the solid state expansion slot not working on the PlayStation 5 at launch, I defended Sony for that. But this feature missing at launch for the PS5, especially with how little storage is inside of the console, this is not excusable. Let's get into it.
Skip it up and that up.
So even though the Xbox Series S and X don't have that much internal storage, one of the nice things that they're doing is they're allowing you to transfer games to an external drive. So if you have an external SSD, when you're done playing the 9th gen game that needs the super fast solid state storage inside of the series consoles, you could just transfer it onto your external drive. And when you want to play it again, you could swap the games back and forth relatively quickly. It's not the most convenient thing in the world, but it's a nice semi-solution to the minuscule amount of storage in next-gen consoles. And you would think that Sony would have something similar with the PlayStation 5, right? Because it's only going to have 664 gigabytes of available storage for games, which in 2020 is like 2.5 games. But no, they don't. They have no solution. Out of the box, you're not going to be able to transfer your PlayStation 5 games to an external drive to store them until you want to play them again later. This comes from VideoGameChronicles.com. I'm going to read it to you, then we'll discuss. PS5 will support USB external storage from day one. I didn't expect that it wouldn't, enabling users to play PS4 titles not stored on the next-gen console. But PS5 games can't be moved to an external hard drive in order to free up storage space, GameStop reports. This is in contrast to the Xbox Series X and S, which enables players to use external hard drives to house next-gen games for transfer and play on the console. So for the PlayStation 5, especially if you get the digital edition PlayStation 5, you only have, for 9th gen games, you only have the 664 gigabytes of internal storage that's available to put games on. And you can't do what Microsoft's allowing you to do and transfer those games onto an external drive until you want to play them again and put them back on the internal drive. And the M.2 NVMe expansion slot on the PS5 is disabled until they update later with a firmware update. You can't put an SSD in there. You can't use an external drive to put your games on temporarily until you want to play them again. Then you could transfer them back to the PS5's internal SSD. You are literally right now, for 9th gen games, stuck with the internal storage. Look, I'm sure down the line, like I said in my previous video, the PlayStation 5 is going to be an awesome system even at launch. But the fact that these features are missing, I feel like software-wise, the PS5 is half-baked. Like, there's going to be piecemealing the operating system together after it launches. And that's just annoying, man. I'd rather stuff not be rushed and be done right than be rushed and sloppy. But I guess it would have been a disaster for them to delay the launch of the PS5 even more. And this, with these weird, obvious things missing from the operating system of the PS5, this is why probably until the 11th hour, we didn't see the UI. We didn't see the user interface and see the experience with the video they showed. This is a real big problem because this is a real big inconvenience for the consumer, Sony. And I don't understand why you couldn't get this to work at launch. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.